And we are live. Welcome everybody for this weekly live stream on the latest news of Web3. I'm Julian and not Eat the Blocks. I help you to become a Web3 master. And before we start, let me know where you are from in the chat. Say hi in the chat. Who do we have here? So good morning from Totaling ARC. Hi, everybody in the chat. Good morning. Before we get started, if you are new here and you want to learn how you can get in the Web3 industry before the next bull market, you need to be prepared. If you want to ride the wave of the next bull market, check out my free training. This is a free masterclass that is going to give you a complete roadmap to become a Web3 pro. I put the link down in the chat. So we're gonna first look at the market. What happened on the market last week? So it was a pretty volatile week. A lot of movement, and we are down on the week. Not very down, 4%, but down nonetheless. So the momentum of the recent crypto rally faded out last week, unfortunately. And so there were a couple of macro factors, such as the banking crisis that continued, and also the Fed that raised the rate of 25 bips, but they didn't raise the rate as much as people were afraid of, just 25 basis points. So that might indicate that soon we'll have a slowdown and even perhaps a decrease, which might trigger the next bull market. All right. Apart from that, we had some bearish news coming from the SEC and the FTC, the US regulators. So first, we had the SEC, the CFTC that announced that they are planning to sue Binance for the sale of unregistered security, and they made a claim that is very strange. They claim that Bitcoin and Ether are commodities, which is the contrary of the SEC, because the SEC said that they are securities. So it seems like there is some infighting in the US, among the US regulators, which is a good thing, I guess. And so at the moment, there is $500 billion of outflow for BUSD, which is the stable coin of Binance. Yeah, some attack against Binance, and that's not it, because we also had some bearish news for Coinbase. So the SEC announced that they're planning to sue Coinbase. So this was really a big shocker, because Binance, even though of course people don't want that, but they were a little bit less surprised. But when it comes to Coinbase, it's a US company that has always been very compliant, that will always work with the regulators. They always did things well. They were always very transparent. And in the end, they still run into some legal issues. So that's really, really strange. And after that, we also had some bearish news for SushiSwap. So the SEC also announced that they want to sue SushiSwap and its leader, Sushi Chef, and it really sends a dangerous precedent, because this is really one of the first time that a DeFi protocol is sued. So that also raised the question of, are they going to sue Uniswap next, which will be even more shocking. SushiSwap is the second biggest decentralized exchange on Ethereum, really a historical DEX, a ton of liquidity there. So it really sets a bad precedent. And after that, it's not over, because the SEC also indicated that they want to sue Justin Sun, the founder of Tron, for fraud and other things. So yeah, that was really a lot of action of the SEC and the CFTC for last week. Then we got some news from Docone. So Docone, the founder of Luna, was arrested last week in Montenegro in Europe, and He's been on the run since 9 months, and he is wanted by the US and South Korea. So it's unclear where he's going to go next. But yeah, this is the end of the run for Docone. It's surprising how long he was able to get away from authorities, but finally he got caught. And yeah, so I'm guessing it's going to spend a lot of time dealing with a lawsuit. Unfortunately. Then we got some. So another thing that happened last week is that we started to see really the first sign of a migration of crypto companies out of the US, and it started with banking, because with the fall of the two crypto bank in the US, Silvergate, and the other one, I forgot what's the Silver Bank, and oh god damn it, I have it on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, Signature Bank. And so with the fall of these two banks last week, so a lot of US crypto companies don't know where to bank. And so now they are seeking banking in Switzerland that start to be a crypto heaven. So there is always a solution. And we also have some action in Southeast Asia. So crypto companies are looking for banking in Switzerland, but they are also moving the headquarters in Asia. And so, for example, in Taiwan, the authority announced that they're going to release some regulation for crypto this summer. And here in Taiwan, because I stay in Taiwan for people who are new to the channel. So the regulators in Taiwan actually work closely with local companies. And so crypto companies here in Taiwan are pretty happy of this, because it will really set some rules, some clear rules that they have to respect. So everything will be more clear. Very different situation compared to the US. So much better handling of the situation. And we also have some good news coming from Hong Kong. So the Hong Kong regulators are going to assist crypto firms to move to the city, and they will legalize crypto this summer. There are also some rumors that some Australian exchanges are considering to move to Hong Kong. So exactly contrary to what's happening in the US. So we're really going to see a shift of the crypto activity from the US and from the UK to Southeast Asia, Hong Kong, Singapore, Taiwan. So it's what's magical in crypto is like sometimes the sky can seem really dark, no hope on the horizon, and in the end we always find a way, because like regulators cannot agree all over the world. There is always a country that does something different. So it's what's going to save us. And so after that, so that's finished for the regulation news, and so now more for the tech news. So last week we had the airdrop of Arbitrum, the very long-awaited airdrop. So a lot of early users got some really nice surprise. So yeah, 42 million ARB token were released, and currently Arbitrum. So there was a lot of speculation on what would be the price of Arbitrum, and so it's currently trading at 117. So yeah, Arbitrum. I mean, there aren't many different layer 2 that will become popular, but I think Arbitrum is one of them. So yeah, I'll probably take some Arbitrum in my bag. Yeah, exactly like I did with Polygon at the beginning, and yeah, it seems like a good bet for me. Then we have some news from ZK Sync. So ZK Sync, which released the ZK EVM chain. So the mainnet went live. So actually, it already went live a few weeks before, but that was a sort of private beta. And so now it's open to the public. Anybody can publish their project there. So this is really a new era that begins, because this is the first ZK EVM blockchain that goes live. And so this year, really, the ZK EVM layer 2, this will become the dominant technology for layer 2. And thanks to this, scalability will reach new levels. So that's going to be a new era for crypto. And yeah, I'm super curious to see like what kind of application is going to work on this layer 2 that before couldn't work, but now we are way more scalable. So it's It's not a news that was very noticed last week because there were many other stuff that were very bearish, but this is for tech. This is very, very important. A big milestone. And Polygon, which is chasing closely ZK Sync, just released their own ZK EVM. So that's their mainnet, but it's still in beta. And so the public release will happen very soon. And so Vitalik sent his first transaction with a message. I think, let me see, do we have it? Yes, we have the message here. So millions of constraints for man, unconstrained scalability for mankind. Very wise words, Vitalik. And after that, still some news from Polygon. So there is a partnership announced between Polygon and Immutable. So Immutable, which is another layer 2 chain, but specialized on gaming. And so Immutable is going to release its own ZK EVM blockchain by using the technology of Polygon. So that's a big win here for Polygon. Polygon has one of the best teams in crypto for business developments. They're really good with this stuff, building relationships with others. And yeah, so a lot of activity about layer 2 on the tech side for this week. So that's pretty much it. And before I answer questions, if there are any, just a quick reminder, if you are new here and you want to know how you can get into Web3, check out my free masterclass where I will give you a complete roadmap on how to get into the industry, what to learn, and how to get your first full-time job. All right, so that's it for the news today. So let me check out the chat. We have Anonymous. Hey, Totaling ARC, support your pro crypto politician. What? Osiris Silicon Valley Bank. Oh yeah, I think yeah, before when I was quoting this the US banks. Green Star, is there something for what IoT in zero knowledge chain? No, I haven't heard of any IoT project, but it's possible. Like IoT needs a lot of space, a lot of data, and zero knowledge is much cheaper. So yeah, perhaps we'll see some application about this. All right, guys. So if there's no more question for today, we are going to stop here. So thanks everybody for coming here, and I will see you soon on Eat the Blocks. Bye everyone.